Hi, my name is Russ, and today for our technical deep dive, we're going to jump into how to configure Ubiquiti for Passpoint Hotspot 2.0. This is a pretty straightforward configuration. Jumping in here, I'm going to go over here just at a glance how to configure your basic settings to get up and running. Of course, when you work with us, there'll be some changes in the actual config. I'll try to note that as I go through here. Always work with an onboarding engineer for our latest recommendations, but this will get you started. Now, as you can see here, I am logged into UniFi. This is pretty standard if you've ever used it. Go to Settings, Profiles, and then go to Radius, and you're going to have the WayFi AAA configuration here. Make sure that wired networks and wireless networks are unchecked. For TLS, our standard config, you will have this checked here just for a lab example. I don't have it here. Of course, the IPs and ports may be different during your onboarding, but for this example, I've got them laid out here with 1812 for authentication servers and 1813 for our accounting servers. All this information will be given by your onboarding engineer when you sign up, so they may differ, but this is a config that'll get you up and running with the basics. For interim update interview, we have set that to 1200 seconds. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our next config here for the actual SSID. So, jumping into our SSID, put the standard name here of WayFi Cellular Booster. Have it here on all IPs, which is what we recommend. For Hotspot 2.0, make sure that you check Passpoint. We do not want to use captive portal. For venue name, WayFi, or what the actual location is. Business unspecified for the venue type. Network type, make sure this is chargeable public network. For your IP address type, we're going to use IPv4 single NAT, IPv6 unavailable unless you do have IPv6, and go ahead and set it here. NEI realm, WayFi engineering. For our RCOI list here, if we've got this list, the order is important because it actually determines how these are advertised. This is our standard list here. The name and the org ID match. We make that so that it's nice and simple for putting those in. These are 3GPP standard cellular networks. When we work during onboarding, we may add additional carriers to this. Obviously, you'll work with your onboarding engineer to make sure that's all set, but this is our basic public configuration. Our domain list is listed here, which has a lot of carriers here, so you might see some MVNOs as well as some bigger names that you recognize. This gives us much wider capability, gives you the best service possible. We have our operator-friendly name here. Make sure that WAN metrics is checked. The WAN info is up for link status. Symmetric link is checked. Do not check at capacity. Make sure that your download and upload speed are realistic for the site. So 1 gig, 2.5 gig may be more accurate for your location. For load, we usually do 0%. Load measurement duration, 600 seconds. Don't worry about connection capability. We don't put anything in there. We recommend you uncheck enhanced IoT connectivity. For the bands, 2.4 and 5 on Ubiquiti, when you add 6, it could currently cause an issue, so we remind you to check that. Also, do not check MLO. It causes some configuration issues with some devices that are trying to connect. So currently, until there's an update, we do not have it checked. For band steering, make sure that that is checked. So we go 2.4 or 5. Do not check hide Wi-Fi name. Check client device isolation. Check proxy ARP. Check BSS transition. Check UAPSD. Do not check fast roaming. Now, our standard configs do recommend this. We just have an issue with Ubiquiti's current performance, so we recommend that it's unchecked until that issue is resolved. Unchecked Wi-Fi speed limit, you can check this if you like. Multicast enhancement is checked. Multicast and broadcast control is checked. For your DTIM period, turn off auto, make sure it's set to 3.3. This is really for Apple devices. They really prefer this setting, otherwise you tend to have a lot of issues. For minimum data rate control, make sure that is set to auto. Uncheck MAC address filter. For security protocol, we recommend WPA2 Enterprise for the widest compatibility with the most devices. Of course, you can set this to WPA3 if you like. Use the radius profile that we configured earlier. For your NAS ID, work with us to have that NAS ID set. I've just got an example here that follows our standard template. Check COA. Normally in our standard config, we do want you to use protected management frames. Unfortunately, there's some issues that we see with Ubiquiti's implementation. So this is going to be disabled. Do not check group rekey interval, and then you go ahead and apply that. And the second you put that out there, you're going to have devices jumping onto your Ubiquiti APs. So that is a quick overview on how to configure Ubiquiti step by step on a basic config for Passpoint or Hotspot 2.0. So hope you enjoyed this video today. Like I always like to say, make it simple, make it easy, make it WayFi, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks.